Welcome back, everyone. Today we're making an Armenian pastry called pirog. Now, traditionally, this beauty is made with apricot jam. However, I had a jar of strawberry jam that had been living in my fridge long enough to start paying rent, and I was pretty sure it was only a few business days away from growing its own civilization. So naturally, I decided this was the perfect opportunity to use it. To all the Armenian grandmas watching, please don't come for me. I know it's supposed to be apricot. I'm simply making questionable life choices. First, combine the flour and cold butter using your hands until the mixture looks like coarse sand. And yes, the butter absolutely has to be cold. If it's warm, congratulations! You've successfully made butter paste instead of pastry dough. After that, add the remaining ingredients and mix everything with a spoon. The good news is that this dough is extremely forgiving. The even better news is that it doesn't need kneading. That's right. For once in our lives, we're rewarded for being lazy. Once the dough stops sticking to your hands, it's ready. Wrap it up and send it to the fridge for a little vacation while we mentally prepare for the next step. Lightly flour your work surface and the top of the dough. Don't go crazy with the flour. Separate about 1/4 of the dough because we'll need it later for the decorative strips on top. Roll the remaining dough out to about 1/2 centimeter thick. Then place your baking dish on top and gently mark around the base. Or at least, that's what I intended to do. What actually happened was the dish almost welded itself to the dough, and I nearly experienced a medical emergency. So learn from my mistakes and dust the bottom of the dish with flour first. Unlike certain people I could mention, this dough is actually easy to work with and doesn't cause unnecessary drama. Grease your baking dish and press the dough into it. Now spread the jam evenly over the surface. We want every bite to contain jam. Nobody deserves the emotional damage of getting a completely jamless slice. For the strips, use whatever cutting tool you have. A pastry cutter, a pizza wheel, a knife. Arrange the strips on top exactly like in the video. And don't skip this step. These strips are doing at least 80% of the work when it comes to making the pastry look expensive and professionally made. Once baked, let it cool completely before slicing. Otherwise, the whole thing will fall apart faster than my self-control around desserts. And finally, here comes the close-up shot. Look at this absolute masterpiece. Golden, buttery, filled with jam, and somehow much fancier than anything that started with a nearly expired jar from the back of my fridge. It turned out ridiculously delicious. Wish you could try a piece. See you next time.